Richard Rick Hausvik is being inducted for softball. Rick was born in Dolan, South Dakota, and enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1970 at the age of 17, retired after 28 years of service as a lieutenant commander. While in the Navy, Rick began umpiring military sports and then joined military officials, the USA, ASA softball, high school and college associations, wherever he was stationed. For the past 45 years, Rick has officiated softball at all levels, from 8 and under recreational ball to national USA tournaments and NC2A regional playoffs. Rick has been a member of USA ASA softball for over 36 years and a member of the National Indicator Fraternity Gold Medals program and has served as the USA softball district. He has umpired softball for the PCAC, GSAC, CCA, you'll all be tested on these afterwards, Pac West, Big West, WAC, and Mountain West conferences. And besides softball, Rick has officiated volleyball, basketball, and baseball, and has served on many of the boards of these associations as well. Congratulations, Rick.
I don't have any notes, but last night at the meet and greet, Nacho Torres, everybody knows him, Baseball Hall of Fame member, he asked me, "How long's your speech, Rick?" And I said, "I'm going to keep it under 3. He says, "Good, because I'm tired of those people that talk too long." And Nacho's not here tonight to listen to this, so I just want you guys to remember that. I started my softball career here in San Diego, and I ended it in San Diego. I started down at NTC. I was an instructor at Recruit Training Command, Naval Training Station. I was having lunch one day, and Granderson Hester, a senior chief that was an instructor with me at NTC, said, "What are you doing for lunch, Rick?" And I go, "I don't know. I'm going to maybe go play some basketball." He says, "Come on over to ASW base with me." So I go to ASW with me, and he takes a few minutes, comes out, and he's wearing a pair of blue shorts and a powder blue Albeco shirt, and got a ball cap on, and we go to the softball field at ASW base. And I sit through a softball. And what amazed me was the sailors in the crowd were giving him such a hell of a time. I said, "How does he stand that? How can he put up with all that noise and them yelling at him and calling him names?" When he got done, he says, "I just got $25 for doing that. How would you like to do that?" And I go, "Not on your life. I'm not putting up with that kind of crap." Well, to make a long story short, I ended up joining Armed Forces Officials Association, and I started doing basketball with them. And then when I got transferred over to Virginia, I did some Armed Forces ball there. And then I got introduced to high school. I started doing high school ball. I got started to do some college ball. And then I got introduced to ASA, now USA softball. Got to do a few tournaments for them. When I moved to San Diego, I met 4 of the people in the Hall of Fame as softball mentors. First person I met was Debbie Ehrenstein. She was the high school assigner. She took me under her wing and said, she looked at my resume and said, "Oh, I see you've been doing some softball other places, but I got to watch you on the field before I'll let you work for me." So Debbie watched me a couple of games, and she says, "Okay, you'll do." And from then on, Debbie was my mentor. Of course, Bob Kaufman was a slow pitch softball, I guess you could call him the ASA slow pitch guru in Southern California, San Diego. And so I was a slow pitch softball umpire also, so Bob took me under his wing. And at the time, Jim Gibalisco was the UIC for Southern California, so Jim Gibalisco was one of my mentors. Later on, when I became one of Debbie Ehrenstein's ASA USA District, San Diego District Umpire-in-Chiefs, Assistant Umpire-in-Chiefs, I worked for Chris Drum. She was the UIC after Jim Gibalisco and Phil Gutierrez. So all these people up here on this board in the softball career have touched my life or my career in one way or another over my 45 years. I went to the meet and greet last night, and I saw all my old basketball buddies from the San Diego Basketball Officials Association. Filson and Bryson and Carbone and Mike Morrow, who was also an AFOA basketball umpire. So it's a small community as large as San Diego is, and the fun part about it is you meet and you get associations with people that you'll never forget the rest of your life. So I moved to South Dakota. I thought I gave up softball 3 years ago, but I'd still come back for the winter, go to South Dakota for the summer, come back in the winter. But because of a shortage of officials, my good buddy Donnie Parker, who was the high school assigner, would say, Rick, we're short. We're gonna have one varsity official for this high school varsity game if you don't come work for me. So I'd end up working 9, 10, 12 high school games after I retired 2 years ago. And then rec ball. Hey, Rick, God, they're really short off softball officials on the rec. Can you do a tournament for me? Can you do a couple, league games on Sunday? A couple means 4 to Don Parker, by the way. So anyway, I worked up until the actual day I left San Diego. And to this day, I still officiate volleyball. And I was on Dennis Bates's board for the Volleyball Association. Worked about 15, 16 years in volleyball, went out to South Dakota and I've officiated there for the last 4 years. I was honored last year with doing the state of South Dakota high school AAA volleyball tournament. So never give up, even though you say you're done. Always help out when you need to help out. Like everybody says, we're short of officials. I appreciate everybody here that's come today. It's a great honor for me to be here. And thank you very much. And I hope I kept this under 3 minutes so I didn't make a liar out of nothing.